Ever wondered why some people seem to vanish in a world obsessed with sharing everything? While everyone else is posting selfies, status updates, and perfectly curated coffee photos, there are those who remain almost invisible online. You don't see their birthdays shared, their dinners photographed, not even a single humble brag about their latest achievement. What's really going on in the psychology of no social people? What are these digital phantoms hiding? And could their silence hold a secret we're missing? Before we unravel the truth about people who never post online, take a second to hit subscribe and turn on notifications. If you're curious about self-growth, psychology, and living authentically in a noisy world, you're in the right place with the Growth Mindset Project. Let's dig deeper. In an era where attention is currency, being unseen online raises eyebrows. People might assume that those who don't post must be shy, antisocial, or simply out of touch. But the psychology of no social people is far more fascinating. These are not always the quiet types you imagine. In fact, their silence can be an act of tremendous self-awareness and sometimes even rebellion. Why would someone choose not to share their life with the world? The truth is that this silence often isn't about withdrawal or avoidance. It's about control, choosing what to reveal and what to keep sacred. Social platforms reward those who display, perform, and invite feedback. But there's a powerful psychology at play among those who refuse to participate in this constant audition for belonging. Think about it. When your every move can be uploaded, captioned, and judged, what gets lost? Authenticity. Many psychologists suggest that individuals who avoid posting regularly score higher on introspection, emotional independence, and self-restraint. These are people not swayed by trends or the need for validation. Instead, they live by an internal compass, prioritizing presence over performance. For most of us, social media has blurred the line between living and performing. Every post, every update is a subtle nudge, a question to the world. Do I matter? Do you like me? But for those who don't post, there's a shift. Moments are experienced for what they are, not for how they'll look through a filter. The craving is for authenticity, something rare in spaces designed for performance. And what about social comparison? When you step away from posting, you reduce the noise, the endless measuring of your life against others. The psychology of no social people includes a refusal to turn personal milestones into content. It's not about hating technology. It's about resisting the compulsion to shrink your life into highlight reels. When you see how easy it is to shape perception, you start cherishing what can't be shared, your unfiltered, imperfect truth. This silence often follows emotional burnout. Maybe once these silent lurkers were frequent sharers. They grew tired of the invisible pressure to always say something impressive, always look happy, always seem successful. Eventually, they stepped back, not with grand announcements, but with a quiet fade-out. That decision isn't about apathy. In fact, it often reflects deep caring, a wish to protect meaningful moments from scrutiny, misinterpretation, or even ridicule. Have you ever heard of psychological ownership? It's the sense that a thought, memory, or experience belongs deeply to you. The moment you post it online, ownership slips. Now it's open to commentary, comparison, even misjudgment. Many who stay silent online fiercely guard their sense of personal ownership. Their silence is more about freedom than about hiding. It's about keeping precious things untouched, unsullied by others' gaze. Quick pause if you're still watching. If any of this rings true, or if you know a ghost online, hit the like button and drop a comment below. Are you more a sharer or a secret keeper? We'd love to know how you navigate the urge to broadcast. Now back to our undercover digital minimalists. Sometimes, not posting is driven by apprehension and anxiety, not just confidence. The psychological pressure to present yourself at your best, witty, wise, always winning, can be exhausting. Social media amplifies this performance pressure. The feeling of being watched, measured, sometimes ignored, creates a backdrop of unease for many. To avoid this emotional tax, some simply retreat into digital silence. They seek real connection instead, true understanding, not just surface level engagement. And here's the profound paradox. The ones who seem the quietest online are often the deepest thinkers in real life. They're not absent. Their minds are brimming with insights, but they choose to observe rather than announce, to live rather than like. To them, not every experience is meant for public consumption. In fact, many of life's most formative moments, growth, loss, transformation, happen off the grid. For these individuals, identity is forged in private, not performed for show. We often hear that social platforms connect us. Yet, ironically, disconnection from the digital arena can foster the deepest connections in real life. When you don't broadcast every moment, you start noticing who checks in on you, who cares without updates. Relationships become less about proof and more about presence, about being there, not just seeming like you are. The psychology of no social people includes this craving for authentic relationships, the kind that doesn't need to be documented or proven to exist. And there's another layer to this: identity security. When you know who you are, you don't crave an audience to validate it. Many of these silent souls are quietly confident. Their most compelling stories are saved for real conversations, for moments of eye contact, not lines of text. To them, true connection is found in shared silences, genuine laughter, moments that don't need witnesses or applause. These aren't people hiding away. They're simply choosing a different kind of richness. They savor the unshared, the invisible. And the longer they remain off the stage, the more intensely they feel life. Colors become brighter, time slows down, and experience becomes richer. In stepping back, they step into the present, unfiltered and fully alive. If you're finding value, don't forget to support us. Hit that like, subscribe, and tap the bell so you won't miss any upcoming insights on the psychology of being different in a digital age. But the story doesn't end there. The psychological reasons for not posting reach beneath preference or personality. It's rooted in how our brains respond to validation. Social platforms are designed to create feedback loops. Likes and comments trigger dopamine, hooking us into cycles of attention seeking. Those who resist this system show an internal fortitude, a strong sense of self-worth, independent of digital echo chambers. Studies even show that those who disengage from social platforms for long stretches feel an uptick in emotional balance and life satisfaction. When your sense of self isn't reflected and refracted by hundreds of anonymous faces, anxiety fades and life feels whole again. You're no longer slicing your experience into bits for consumption. You're living fully, with all the messiness, depth, and beauty that can't be boxed into a square image. Of course, not all silence is contentment. Sometimes being offline is about escape. The endless parade of curated happiness and success can sap your energy, leaving you questioning your own milestones and worth. By stepping back, people are protecting themselves, reclaiming the freedom to exist without explanation or proof. And while society equates visibility with value, the psychology of no social people tells a different story. True self-worth isn't built on applause or attention. It's private. Some growth, heartbreak, and victories aren't meant to be shared. They're meant to be lived, savored, and integrated. Living quietly online is about congruence, a true reflection of the inner and outer self. Instead of constantly curating, these individuals protect their authenticity. They don't need the world's approval to know what matters. Ironically, their quietness often means they notice life's details more acutely: the slight changes of light, the emotion in someone's voice, the richness of an unspoken thought. Presence becomes their currency, a gift shrinking elsewhere in an attention-driven age. And if you think these silent types are detached, look again. Their stillness isn't empty space. It's a sign of depth, a confidence rooted in not needing to be everything to everyone, but simply enough for themselves and a chosen few. Not every thought or achievement is for public display. Not every truth needs an audience. So what are these invisible people hiding? Maybe nothing at all. Maybe they're just living more deeply, more courageously, more quietly than the rest of us remember how. The unanswered question isn't about what they're hiding, but what we're missing when we're too busy performing. If you're curious to go even further, check out our next videos on breaking free from digital conformity and building true inner peace. Don't forget to hit the bell to get notified when those drop. The real journey is just beginning. Are you ready?